I'm Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about America remaking another one of our favourite shows, which is Would I Lie to You? So I have known about this for a while. I've heard talks about it before, but there wasn't really enough information to really make a video on it. But recently the trailer for the American remake has been put out for us all to watch. And yeah, I have some thoughts, and so did a lot of people on the internet, so we're going to get into all of that first. So yeah, the UK version of Would I Lie to You started in 2007 with Angus Dayton as the host, and then obviously Lee Mack and David Mitchell is the team captains. And it stayed at that for 2 series until Rob Brydon took over as the host that we know and love today. And they also rejigged the format a bit. So I'm just saying that because the show wasn't perfect when it first aired. It was still really good, but it wasn't, it took a few series for it to really, nail the format. Would I Lie to You has had so many, amazing comedians, so many very, impressive guests that I wouldn't have expected them to get. And they've also introduced me to so many different comedians. So yeah, it's just such a brilliant show, and it's one of those shows that you don't have to have comedians beyond there. There's loads of people that I don't really like. Jamie Lang, he's not somebody that I really like too much. I don't hate him, but I don't really watch Made in Chelsea, but the episodes that he's appeared on, I thought he was very, very funny. So it's just one of those shows that you don't need to be a comedian to be good at. Obviously, the people who are best at the show are comedians, like Bob Mortimer. He is perfect on the show. But yeah, it's one of those shows that really brings out the funniness of the situation and just people. So it's amazing. And something I didn't know until researching is that there have actually been many countries remaking this show. So for example, not all of these have been successful. So there was a New Zealand one, there was a Czech version, Malaysia, Sweden, Iceland, Holland, Australia and Slovakia. So I'm not too surprised the US wanted to remake it, considering loads of other countries have remade it themselves. So yeah, that's a very, very brief background, and I imagine most of you will know the show anyway. So yes, the US version, it was announced in March of 2021, so it's been pretty much a full year since it was announced that we've got the trailer, and it is commissioned by the CW. The CW is one of those shows, one of those channels that kind of produces a lot of shows I don't like. I think it's the one that's responsible for Riverdale. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the channel, but CW is the channel that adapted the American Whose Line Is It Anyway, which I didn't actually know was a British original. But yeah, that show is very, very popular in America, so I guess that's kind of a good thing. The CW did also get the rights to a few series, I'm not sure which ones, but a few series to show to the American audience to kind of familiarise them to the show and, get the American audience used to it before introducing their own kind of go at it, which I'm not sure whether that's the best idea or not. I can never fully decide which way is the best way to do it, but that's what they've done. And the show will start airing on the 9th of April 2022, so we've not got too long until we see the first episode. The show will be hosted by Asif Mandi, who I know him from This Way Up, but he has been in a lot of different things. But yeah, if you're a fan of British, Irish shows, then yeah, you may know him from This Way Up. And the team captains are Matt Walsh, who for some reason, even though he had very, very small roles in these, but I recognise him from Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But he's been in so many different things. He's one of those instantly recognisable faces. And Sabrina Jalise, which I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name. I haven't heard of her, but in the clips, in the little trailer thing, she seemed quite good. And some of the guests have been in that. I'm not sure where this person got this information from, but I found this on Reddit, and this person listed all of the contestants that will be appearing on it. I think they have missed a few because there are a few people in the trailer that I recognise that haven't been put on this list. And the people that I'm really looking forward to seeing on the show is Sal Vulcano, who I know from Impractical Jokers. He's absolutely hilarious. I think he'll be really, really good at this type of show. Eugene Merman, who voices Gene and I think some other characters in Bob's Burgers. I love Bob's Burgers, and I've seen things where the cast improvise an episode, so I think he'll be very good and kind of quick thinking. Yeah, so I love that. And also Danny Pudi, who is on Community. I love him so much, so I feel like he's going to be very, very good as well. And also somebody that I'm not sure how they will be in real life, but I really enjoyed him in Tick Tick Boom, is Robin De Jesus. I think, yeah, I just love Tick Tick Boom, so I'm very, very happy that he's on there. And yeah, he's fantastic in that, so I'm sure he'll be good in this as well. What I find interesting about the contestants is that we have got a really, really big mix between like your stand-up comedians, got some actors, some writers, but then like with Robin De Jesus, we have got a lot of like theatre performers and people who have background in theatre, and I think that's a very interesting choice. And something that I think will work is because with the show is because America's like really big on improv, or at least it's very, very, like compared to the UK, it's very big on improv, and I think that will really work to their advantage. So do I think it will work? So now I'm just going to go over the positives. I think, we'll give it an advantage. So as I said, improv is very popular in America. It's always something that I've seen referenced in shows, so I'm assuming it is quite big in America. I don't know, I don't live there, but that's always an impression I get, because we don't really have like very many like improv groups or anything like that. So yeah, I think that will play to their advantage as well. As I said before, the CW did adapt Whose Line Is It Anyways, and it's very, very successful. So I feel like they may be good at adapting it. Now, again, I haven't seen either version. I've seen like clips of both. It's not like, haven't really fallen in love with it, but I think it's quite good. But yeah, so I imagine, if it's got experience adapting something from the UK, it might work very well with this show. And another thing that I think may work as well is that they have, like, America does have this similar show called To Tell the Truth, which, while it's completely different to Would I Lie to You, it's kind of got similar elements. So with To Tell the Truth, so celebrities have to, like, interrogate 3 people, one of which is telling the truth and 2 of which are imposters, about like who's telling the truth. That's what they have to figure out. So and this show is like very long running. It started like the 1950s and it's still going. So I feel like audiences will be familiar with the idea of kind of like trying to figure out if somebody's telling the truth. And also with the contestants, they may also like have been on the show already on like To Tell the Truth, or again, just be familiar with it and be able to pick up tips. I think that's kind of playing into their hands a bit. I think that will help them very much. And again, I'm not sure how popular that show is, but I've seen clips again from it before and it seems quite good. It seems very funny. So yeah, I think it might work. So do I see any issues arising or any problems with the show? And yeah, I think this is going to be a case for every single adaptation. And yeah, the first thing is that the humour between like America and the UK is very different. Americans' comedy tends to be a bit more like outrageous, where with the UK, especially with like Would I Lie to You, it's kind of like, more calmer, but that kind of makes the like big outbursts more funny, like funnier to me. And I think with Would I Lie to You as well, there's a very interesting dynamic between Lee and David. Like obviously they're friends in real life, but like they have that kind of not rivalry, but like banter between them, like David being this like posh, upper class, sophisticated person, but then Lee being like the northern working class person. Like they've kind of got that, like, and then obviously Rob being Welsh, so it's like, I don't know, there's just an interesting dynamic between the 3 of them. It's fantastic. They're all like brilliant together, which obviously the American cast may like get that eventually, but I think from the start, I don't know if any of the contestants have, like any of the team captains and the host, whether they have known each other and interacted much before, because like Rob Brydon, David Mitchell and Lee Mack were all fairly like popular before Would I Lie to You, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think that will make a difference? With Would I Lie to You, I think a lot of the time we do, especially with like David Mitchell, is very like sarcastic, which again, America doesn't really do that much. And also just kind of like, as I said, like just calm, kind of like conversational style, which I've seen a lot of people complain that, American comedy doesn't really do that very well, but I think that has kind of changed because of the rise of like podcasts. So I don't know, maybe we may see a shift in American comedy there. But I do think it's one of those things where they could go either way with it. Now, to kind of like show that it might be going the wrong way, I saw a Reddit comment again. I have no way of validating whether this is true, but what they said was they did attend a taping of the show, and it seemed very, when like sometimes they go into the middle of the stage and like interact. It happens like very rarely. In like the UK one is like, I can like just recall a few moments from the top of my head, but it's very rare that they actually go and reenact what happened in the middle of the stage. But somebody said in the comments that did happen quite often, and it felt kind of forced, and was something that the producers wanted to happen rather than just what happened like naturally. So yeah, I don't really want something that feels forced or not really like organic, and just like kind of forcing that friendship and that relationship between the three main people. And I can't mention remakes without mentioning Taskmaster. Obviously, we know how much Taskmaster like didn't work, and I imagine, because Would I Lie to You is on BBC, it's obviously like BBC's done like either like 30-minute schedules or an hour, whereas in America it's either like 20 minutes or 40 minutes, especially because they have like adverts and stuff. So the show is going to be shortened, which is exactly what happened with Taskmaster and was one of the reasons why it failed so much. Yeah, I think that might impact it as well, because they are going to have less time. They may try and run through it a bit quicker, whereas the best thing about Would I Lie to You is that you have like them being just like completely like exasperated trying to get the contestant to answer questions. So yeah, I feel like we may lose a bit of that if the format is shortened. And I think one thing they should 100% avoid is reusing the lies. And I wouldn't put it past them, because remakes tend to copy things. I don't know if other countries have copied the lies, but obviously with Taskmaster, they reused all the tasks, which we know does not work very well. So I really hope they don't reuse the lies, because not only would that be an advantage for the people who have watched the show in America, like the contestants, and also be annoying for the audience who will know it's a lie if they've seen if they've seen the British one. So I really, really hope they avoid doing that, because that would completely ruin like all chances of it succeeding for me. But yeah, I think that's all I can really say now, because obviously I haven't seen any of the episodes. It's hard for me to do a full review, but I just wanted to kind of talk about it, give my like little opinions before the show begins. So yeah, if you like this video, then please give it a like. It's really, really appreciated, because it really helps the channel. And comment down below, what do you think of the American Would I Lie to You? Do you think it's going to work? If not, why not? I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And subscribe if you want to see more videos to do with television. I'll have more videos out for you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!